Now at 4, your community focus, we're talking COVID-19 with Dr. Jim McDonald from the Rhode Island Department of Health.
If you haven't joined us before, he joins us every week on 12 News Now at 4. Thanks once again, Doctor, for being with us today.
Oh, thank you for having me. It's always good to spend our Thursday afternoons together.
Dr. M, the big news today is that eligibility will be expanded for the vaccine to everyone over the age of 16 by April 19th. But we know there aren't going to be enough appointments for everyone right off of the bat. So when do you think everyone will be able to get at least their first shot?
Yeah, so I think everybody make an appointment by April 19th, but I think it's likely there might be 2 or 3 weeks after that before everybody gets their first shot. So, and I think that is realistic and achievable. We're going to have to wait and see. I will say this, like it's supply that's a problem. We have a lot of people ready to get vaccine, but I think the supply is improving, so I'm optimistic about that.
Yeah, given what we know right now about the supply and how the state is upping its, what's the word that I'm looking for, capacity to administer those doses, when do you think, Dr. M, that we'd be able to reach herd immunity, and how critical is it to reach that threshold?
Yeah, it's critical, but it's really possible well before Memorial Day we're there. And that's an exciting thing for us because it's Rhode Island, folks. We rely on the tourists, and so Memorial Day is a special time for us. But I think it's possible if we do get enough people to get the vaccine by then. And Memorial Day, it starts my summer. I hope it starts everyone else's on a good note.
We are optimistic as well. Dr. McDonald, even with this news about increase of vaccines coming our way, we know there are people who are skeptical of the vaccine. And one thing I'm seeing from some people raising a red flag, saying it's not technically FDA approved, that this is all experimental. What can you tell us about those concerns?
Yeah, it's not an experimental vaccine. It was experimental during phase 1 and phase 2 and phase 3, but it got an emergency use authorization. It went through the same process as every other vaccine went through. So it's just authorized more quickly. I think one thing I just keep in mind is, most of us, we get our advice from people we trust. But I guess the question I want to ask yourself is the person you're talking to who's giving you advice, even if they're someone you trust, an expert? If they're not an expert in molecular biology or a physician, go find a molecular biology expert or a physician and ask their opinion about whether you should get the vaccine or not. Rely on an expert. That's what I would do.
Dr. McDonald, I have to admit, I feel like I have a little bit of whiplash because on Monday I spoke with the governor and he said we would meet the president's May 1st goal. Then Tuesday the vaccine subcommittee said, we're not going to make it there. We're going to fall short of that target. And then today we had this major expansion announcement. So are things really changing and developing that fast in terms of the state learning how much vaccine we're going to be getting?
Yeah, things just change that rapidly. It's one of those things where there was more conversation with federal partners about what our supply looks like, and then we just found out. And then it was like, one of the things I said to the team was, we need to give people a date. I mean, you just give people have to have a time where they can say, when is it my turn? And I think that's important. And I think now we know, look, by April 19th, everybody can make an appointment. That's a positive thing that all of us can grab a hold of. It's not that far away, by the way. It's just about a month away. And I really think about 6 weeks from now, we're going to be in a much better place. People can get a vaccine. I don't think there'll be nearly as much ferocious demand at the website. And, even in a few weeks, I think we're going to see it's going to be much more calm.
Yeah, speaking of ferocious demand, we just learned in the last half hour or so that some appointments were posted for the Middletown site. I believe just over 600 appointments. We were expecting to get 1,500 appointments released today. Are more of those appointments going to be released later? And when can people expect to be able to get on the website and sign up for a shot?
Yeah, so I did hear it was 675 appointments were posted. There should be some more coming out later on tonight. And then, of course, tomorrow morning there'll be some added as well. So I would just say to folks, I think it's important just to have a little perspective on that. Go to the website, but on the other hand, if it's not giving you what you want, please don't get frustrated. Take a step back and say, maybe another day I'll come back here. I know we're all in a hurry to get this done. Believe me, we're all in a hurry. But on the other hand, it's not worth getting frustrated over, because in a few weeks, we're all going to get an appointment, and so we're all going to get there. So I think we just need to be patient about this. Easier to say that than do it. So I don't like being patient either, but we all have to do it.
And Dr. M, just about 30 seconds left. I wanted to ask you about something Dr. Alexander Scott mentioned today at the briefing. She said we're seeing a plateau in infections and new hospital admissions. What do you take away from that plateau in the data?
It's a critical time, my friends. High quality mask. Don't take anything for granted. We are not out of the woods yet. We got to beat the variant, and we got to beat the variant hard. So everybody, high quality mask and follow the rules.
Dr. McDonald from the Department of Health, as always, thanks for being with us today.
Thank you, guys. Have a good Thursday.